bilingual. Actually, no I'm not, but I should be. Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So I've been taking French since the 4th grade and I'm currently in the 12th grade. So if my math is correct, that's 8 years of French, okay? When I was 8 years old, like 10 years ago, when I was 8, I could speak fluent English. But now 8 years of French, I can't speak fluently. And I know that you're probably gonna say as you get older it gets harder to speak languages, and I know that to be very true, but it is possible. But the way that they teach you to speak languages in school, I don't feel like anyone could ever become bilingual. And it's not just me, no one who I know who has taken French from the 4th grade to the 12th grade is actually bilingual. Maybe in a different school people are, but in my school they're not. So either there's a problem with the whole entire second language system in schools, or maybe it's just my school, but I'm pretty sure it's all schools, and let me tell you why. So this is what I think. I think that when they're teaching you how to speak a language in school, you shouldn't be tested on it. And I know it's school, so you need grades, and then you need so that you can calculate your average and get a report card and blah blah blah. But for a language class, I don't think you should be graded. Because when I was 3 years old and I was still saying me want this instead of I want this, my parents weren't docking me marks and being like, she can't speak English properly yet. No, because 1, that's very discouraging, and 2, you don't need that. Languages aren't like math. You don't need a mark. The point, this is the thing, in school, when you're learning a language, when you're taking a language class, you're not taking the language class to learn the language. You're taking the language class to pass. Nowadays, people don't care if they learn something. They care if they pass the class. Because half the time after a test is over, all that information just goes right over my head because I don't need it anymore, because I already used that information to pass this test. So now I don't need it anymore. I'm not trying to learn stuff, I'm just trying to pass classes. And that's literally what language classes are. Because when they teach you languages in school, they teach you grammar points and stuff like that. They'll be like, oh, this is the passé composé, and this is the participe passé, and this is passé simple. So it's one is the simple past and one is the past participle. And you want to know something? A couple days ago I looked up what the past tense of sing was, because to this day I'm 18 years old and I'm is the past tense of sing, sang, or sung? I did not know. So I went to Google and I looked it up, and apparently sang is the simple past and sung is the past participle. I didn't even know that English had simple pasts and past participles. I just thought that was a French thing, but apparently they have that in English. Guess what? I didn't know that. 18 years of speaking a language and I didn't know that. But guess what? I'm still fluent. If I said sang instead of sung or sung instead of sang, I promise you'd still understand what I was saying. So it's I didn't know that grammar point of English, yet I could still speak English. When you are teaching someone a language, you're not supposed to teach them grammar points. For example, when I was maybe 5, maybe I pointed at something and I was like, oh, that's so pretty. Pretty is an adjective because I'm describing a noun. But did I know that pretty was an adjective? No, I still used adjectives without knowing it. So what you're supposed to do, I don't know about you, but in my school, I didn't start learning grammar till the 3rd or 4th grade. And by then you're 8, 9, 10 years old. So it's I spent 10 years speaking a language fluently without even knowing how I was doing it. You're not supposed to learn how you're doing it until you're already doing it. Because right now, I feel I could probably learn Spanish or something. But I don't think that I will ever be able to be fluent in French Because whenever I speak French, because this is what they've put into my head for the past 8 years, whenever I speak French, I'm going to be thinking grammar points. I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, did I conjugate that properly? Okay, drop the R, put the accent aigu. Okay, did I use the past participle, or did I use the passé composé? Did I use the simple past? Like, oh my gosh, was that right? Is this word masculine or feminine? Do I add an E? Do I add an ES? Is it feminine, plural? Like, oh my gosh, like that. If you don't, like, if you've never been in a French class in your life, or if you don't speak French, then what I just said probably makes no sense to you. It barely makes any sense to me. So like, disregard that whole sidetrack. But the point is, if I were to ever like go on my own to try to learn French, I don't think I could do it, because I'm not thinking about French in like, I'm not thinking about French in the right way. I'm thinking about French in language rules. But you're not supposed to know language rules first. You're supposed to know how to speak the language and then later on find out why. Like, for the longest time, I couldn't figure out adverbs and adjectives, like in an English class. I'm like, I don't know when to use which one. I don't know. Like, now I know an adverb describes a verb and an adjective describes a noun. I know that now. But when I was like 9 or 10, I didn't know that. But guess what? I could still have a full conversation with you in English, and I eventually figured it out. But like, even if to this day I didn't know that pretty was an adjective, and I didn't know that very was an adverb, like, or, well, that depends. Like, if I'm like, that person is running very fast, then fast would be the adverb. Yeah, a fast is describing the speed at which that person is running. So in that case, fast would be the adverb. See, I'm still messing it all up. So point is, see, I still don't even know it properly. But guess what? That person is running very fast is still a proper sentence in English, and I can still say that because I know how to speak English. Who cares if I don't know the language rules? Who cares if I don't know what an adjective is or when to use a semicolon? I still know how to speak English properly. So like, you don't need to teach me grammar as my first new language lesson. Like, let me tell you something. When I was in the 4th grade, on every single test, let's say we had 7 French tests that year. On every single test, we had the exact same bonus question. The bonus question was, si je cours et cours, je veux boire de l'eau. That means, if I run and run, I will want to drink water. That is very true. But when will you ever say that? In any language that you ever speak in your entire life, when are you ever going to go up to someone and be like, hey, did you know that if you run and run, you will want to drink water? You will never say that sentence. Like, ever. So, like, on every single French test we either had si je cours et cours, je veux boire de l'eau, and then we had to write it in English, or we got if I run and run, I will want to drink water, and then we had to write it in French. Every single French test. Every single one for an entire school year. So basically everyone just memorized that sentence. Like, I would understand if, like, let's say she used those same words for a different bonus question. Like, if she was like, oh, I just ran, I want to drink water, or oh, I'm thirsty, I want to drink water. Like, if she incorporated those words into a different sentence that we had to translate, that makes sense, because then we're learning those words and how to use them and where to put them in a sentence, because sometimes French is backwards and you have to flip words. So if she was using the same words in different sentences, that would make sense why we had to know that as like our base sentence. Like, you know how in math, like, you have a base equation, so it would make sense if that was your base sentence, and then you could like take words from that sentence to create new sentences. But no, every single test we did for 10 months from September to June, it was that exact sentence, either from French to English or English to French. And I'm like, how does that help me? Like, to this day, 8 years later, I still remember that sentence. But I can't use it. When it, like, as I said, all I did was memorize it. I didn't learn it. I memorized that specific sentence. But if I was learning English by memorizing specific sentences, do you think that I could be making this YouTube video for you right now? No, because you wouldn't know what I was saying, because I'd just be saying, let's say I spoke French, and in English they taught me, if I run and run, I'll want to drink water. And that's what they taught me for a full year. And then I sat down here and I'm like, I'm gonna make a YouTube video for you in English. If I run and run, I will want to drink water. If I run and run, I will want to drink water. If I run and run, I will want to drink water. What if that was this YouTube video? You had 10 minutes of me saying that. You'd be like, click. The way they teach you languages in school does not work. Because they teach it to you so that you can get a grade. They don't teach it to you so that you can be fluent in it. They don't care if you become fluent in it. They say that they care, but they don't. Because at the end of the day, they have to give you a test and they have to mark you on grammar points. They don't mark you on your level of fluency. I'm just so annoyed because I've been taking this language for 8 years. And probably the only thing I could say to you is, hi, my name is, and then my favorite color. Like, that's probably the most I could say to you. Because when I speak French, or when someone is speaking French to me, this is what happens. If you said something in French to me, I would think about what you said in French, translate it to English, think about what I want to say in English, and then translate to French, and then say it. Like, do you know how long of a pause that would be? You say something, French, 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 me. French, 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 French. That's how long of a pause it would be. I'd be like, okay, I need to think about what you said, translate it to English so that I actually, like, understand what you said. Think about what I want to say in English because that's my primary language. Take that, put it into French. Oh my gosh, do I use the past participle or the passé simple? I don't know. French. Like, you know how, like, when someone, like, first starts learning a language, they'll speak it broken, like they might speak broken English? I can't speak broken French. I can't do anything in French. Let me tell you everything I've learned in 8 years of French. Bonjour, that's it. 8 years of French. I learned how to say hello. I don't even know if that means hello, or if it means welcome, or if it means good day. Because bon means good and jour means day, but bonjour is one word. So does bonjour mean good day? I know one word in French and I'm not even exactly sure about what it means. School language system, everybody. Anyways, this was just my little rant about about the school language system. It's not very good. And I'm sorry that I opened my second year of YouTube with, well, the first week of my second year of YouTube. I really hope that wasn't confusing. But last week Tuesday was exactly 1 year since I started this channel, so this is like my first video of the beginning of my second year on YouTube, and it's all ranty, but you know what? If you scroll through the other 53 videos on this channel, lots of them are rants, so welcome to this channel. Anyways, that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you agree. Like, do you take a second language in school? I feel like everyone does. I don't know. But like, if you do you like agree with what I said? Because I agree with what I said. Yeah, obviously, or else I wouldn't have made like a 15-minute video on it. Anyways, that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday. If you would like to see more of me, subscribe to my vlog channel because I upload there every day. And I'll see you on this channel next Monday.